ladies and gentlemen, this Friday, the 30th of May 2014, and just before we set out for tonight's Posidonia reception events that they bring people together for the famous, I repeat, the famous shipping networking. Here are the markets which are not doing very well, but despite that is the reality, and we have to abide with this. So, tonight's title: who can uplift the shipping markets? Or even I can better say, what can uplift the shipping markets? These are the two important questions, and we look forward for all of you to write in our comment box your views on this. This is the 20th overview of the shipping markets of allaboutshipping.co.uk by John FARACLAS in Athens. The BDI closed down 6 points since yesterday, the 29th of May, at 934 points, which is 30 points down since last week's 964 points. Again, still below the 1,000 point mark. Overall, and I have always stressed this, this is 1,293 points from December's closing, which was the first spectacular drop in the last 30 years. This is precisely 58.01% below the closing of December 2013. Once again, we have to remind you these figures and the percentages so that you know the real drop, particularly those who want to have accurate figures. It was the Panamaxes last week that raised the markets, but this week the pace comes with the Cape-size ships. The BCI closed up 16 points since the last closing of yesterday. It closed at 1,395 points, which is also 37 points since last week closing at 3058. Something to celebrate. The Panamax Baltic index with respect to the Panamax ships was down 32 points since yesterday, down at 872 points, which is 129 points since last week's closing. Tintin, as we say, sorry, reverse it, 1,001 point was, and you can see the difference. That barrier still remains under questions. We shall see. The BSI down at 836 points, and it was 8,066 points the previous week. Again, this index below the 1,000 points. Finally, on the dry, the BHSI was at 485 points, just 5 points up since last week's 480 points. The wets now. The wets, as you possibly understand, we got again another drop in here, and the Baltic Dirty Dry Index closed at 667, which is 17 points down from last week's 684 points. The cleans. The BCTI was down 2 points since yesterday at 527, again 8 points down since last week's 535 points. Difficult days ahead, particularly with the geopolitical issues. The Ukrainian saga, as we will briefly touch below, goes ahead. We will wait and see also the energy game and how same and the climate coupled with the geopolitics affect the wet trades and conversely the wet indexes. For those objecting our views, well, the figures are here. You can see the graphics here. Our prognosis is the best, nothing else from us. Once again, we can entertain live anybody, anytime, together with the advisors, the analysts, as it is a pity the banks to lose so much money from the billions of dollars they have financed wrongfully. We have to set the pace. We must begin and clean out the market before it's a huge loss and nobody will ever be able to buy these debts. You know what I mean. So be careful, and the same applies for the funds that are entering our industry. These are important issues. Now, I said above that we're going to touch the Ukrainian saga. Petro Poroshenko's phrase after his elections in Ukraine, quote, "Without Russia, it will be much less effective or almost impossible to speak about the security in the whole region." This is a guide of the extent of the situation. All in all, a very delicate situation, and it promises excitement in Ukraine and the wider periphery. You hear the breaking news from the BBC to the ITV to SBC. All the stations are focused there as well. Now, in Europe, the elections proved a disappointment. Too many Euroscepticism. Farage in the UK knows the trick. Every country's results should be analysed carefully. We will stand with the dangerous and interesting Greek and French results, and we will keep a close eye on what is yet to come. Now, Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, she said that she wants the former Luxembourg Prime Minister Jean-Claude Juncker to become the next European Union Commission President. She has her choices. David Cameron, on the other hand, on the other side of the island, he says it will be national governments and not the European Parliament that decide who governs European Union's top spots. So you can see yourselves what is going on. The Front National's victory in the elections in Europe, it's the greatest time ever. It's attributed to the policy of detoxification conducted by Marine Le Pen since she took over in 2011. This is some very important issues to see. And of course we all know about Gioconda, or better, say the Mona Lisa smile. So you have all seen Marine Le Pen's smile. And is Marine Le Pen's smile a mask? This smile, this smiling face, what's this after? She's a very good speaker, very eloquent, but what is going on to happen? This is very serious now. As for Greece, time please, or better say all change. The only remedy, harsh, tough, but pragmatic. Austerity in Europe, come on. You've heard recently in the news that the Portuguese Constitutional Court says otherwise, and rightly so. The Far East now, where we have reported to you in April and May, early May, of what's going to happen, and it happens in the South China Sea, very difficult times ahead. It's in turmoil, and these conflicting issues there will keep us very, very busy. The US Defense Secretary has accused China of trying to destabilize the South China Sea, and he says its action threatens the region's long-term progress and, of course, security. Jack Hagel said that the US will not look the other way, let's hope so, when nations ignored international rules. These are very delicate issues, and we have said that before, that we must be very, very careful. Now, let's come to what is happening in the real business world. Posidonia 2014, the get-together events have started, with receptions proving the way the market and stakeholders are interwoven. The Allied shipbroking reception at Akrotiri was beyond comparison for any event so far within the shipbroking field. The opening press conference yesterday at the Hellenic Offshore Racing Club off Microlimanon in Piraeus was more than a success, brief and to the point. The world there to listen to the masters of the seven seas. As we speak, we are trying to obtain the results for the 7th Posidonia race at Faleron Bay earlier on today. You can also listen to the video, which will be soon up, and you can log on and enjoy, Have a nice weekend for all the international visitors. Welcome to Greece. Enjoy Posidonia. Enjoy this great week at the Athens Metropolitan Exhibition Center. Enjoy your stay and come again to see the great strides Xeniu, Zeus and Poseidon will offer you for your summer holidays and beyond. We hope that we will cover you the entire events as best as we can. We wish you all the very best and have a nice weekend, and congrats to all that they have again brought us together in the capital of the shipping world. The Athens plain with Piraeus, its harbour, and Posidonia, the event of events. This is John FARACLAS from All About Shipping, over and out.